Howdy, Possum Patty, and the Soggy Bottom Bunch here and back there and everywhere. Yes, I need to do some redecorating, don't I? No pressure, it'll get done. But what was hard getting done, yes, looking at the clock, half an hour. It took me half an hour to print this out. Yes, it did. Well, first I had to take a picture. Oh, let me tell you what I'm doing. So sorry. I'm working on my lists, yes, for my meta-journaling. Meta-journaling, yes. If you're thinking about thinking or thoughts, that's metacognitive. If you're journaling about journaling, that's meta-journaling, yes. If you're doing nature journaling and you're drawing like the details in one simple little leaf, but you add to the page what day it is, what's the weather, who you're with, the temperature, are there any clouds, where you are. That's all metadata, yes. Because even though you're detailing in on this one little leaf, you're putting in data about, above and beyond what that little leaf is. Oak leaf, yes, that's information, but metadata is, larger, umbrella, umbrella. So I'm doing some meta journaling. I'm going to journal about the journals, about my journaling journey that's a good one. I'm going to journal about my journaling journey in 2025. Oh, that's a catchphrase. Remember that. Journaling about my journaling journey. So I took a picture of 6. Yes. So far, I've added to my list. Yes. So far, I've found 6 journals that had their very last page journaled in 2025. So far, this is what I found. Yes. I added the Christmas Caravan because that didn't get finished until January 2025. And yes, the Haunted House Journal was finished up like back in March or something like that. I added a page to it. So these 6 journals so far, even though they were started maybe in 23 or 24, did get their very last page journaled in 2025. So how am I going to go about this? Yes. Oh, what about the printer, Possum Patty? Good thing I got these spare inks for my printer at the flea market for $5. And this is very, very expensive. This is like $100 worth of ink right here I got for like $10. And I just put them in. So first, I'm using my computer, and I took all the pictures, and I laid them out on a page, and I put this is cardstock, put the cardstock in the printer, press print, and I couldn't find the printer. Now, believe me, we have not moved the printer. It's right where it was. It's where it's been for 7 years. My computer should have been able to find it because it hasn't moved, no. And it's a huge, big black thing anyway. Well, I went it's in the other room. I went in the other room to check it, and it was offline. It couldn't find the router. So my computer couldn't find the printer printer couldn't find the router. So I had to run it through a series of where's the router, what's the password, do all that stuff. Got it hooked up, went back to the computer, hit print again, nothing. Went back to the printer, it wouldn't do anything. And I'm pressing all the buttons, believe me. Finally, I turned it off, yes. When in doubt, pull the plug. Count to 10, plug it back in, or turn it back on. So I did that. And it told me that it needed some black ink. It needed black ink. So I opened it up, I put in the black ink, and then it goes through this series of noises and clunks and clangs and shh and this and that. 20 minutes later, it's ready to print. Went back to my computer, pressed print. Nothing happened. Went back to the printer. Went back to the printer. Oh, it needs yellow ink. It needed yellow ink. It wouldn't print unless I put in some yellow ink. I'm like, okay. Yellow ink, and I had a yellow ink left. Actually, that was the only one I had left out of all the colors. I had a black and a yellow because the other two I already replaced. Put that in, and now I have to wait for it to go through its series of clink, clank, clunk, shh, clunk. It's a big old black HP printer, yes. When I was done making all those noises, I hit print again. I got this video running over here. Yes, I have this video running over here to show you how long it took to print out this page, right? Oh, somebody's knocking at the door. Do you hear all that banging? Is it Miss Stinky Winky Woo? Hello, Miss Stinky Winky Woo. Yes, hello. Oh, big cat. Yes, big cat is here. It made a lot of clunks and clangs. The printer was making all this noise, and then it just stopped. It just stopped. So I went in and I'm pressing the home button, and I didn't see any warning signs about anything. No, I didn't know what was going on. I opened the paper drawer, and my piece of cardstock had gone into it. I was like, oh, I was worried maybe it got stuck, right? No, it wasn't stuck. It was there. So I stood there, and I waited, and I waited. Made some more noise, then it started to print. And then it stopped. Then it stopped for a while. It made some more noise. Lots more noise. It printed a little bit. It stopped. Yeah, that whole endeavor, definitely half an hour. Because I came here at 6 and I did that to 6:30. That's what I did. Yeah. And now I'm just sitting here hugging my cat. Yeah, that was a good bargain. I got a lot of ink for $5, but I've used it all up now. Yes, I have. Next batch of ink will have to be full price unless I can find it on sale somewhere. Okay, Miss Dinky Winky Woos, I really need a sip of tea. Yes, I do. So my idea, I'll talk about my idea so I don't have to put her down yet. She's purring. Is I took a picture of the 6 journals that their last page was done in 2025. I'm sorry, I know, I move around too much. And I'm going to put it in the Howard. I'm starting in the last signature, and I'll write a little blurb. I'll look at the journal and see, hopefully I dated, or there's some dates in there, when it started and when I finished it, and if I can find the dates on all of that, or just maybe one little sentence about what's in there. It's summer journaling, it's fall journaling, it's a December daily, something like that. And so the first couple of pages will be the journals that I have finished. And then after I do that, I'm going to take some pictures of, the other categories, journals that I made and I started journaling in, and journals that I started to make and haven't put together yet, and all those other categories that I wrote on those lists that are down there. Yes, I don't know how many pages it's going to be, and it's not going to be like a fancy journal page. No, pockets and flips and flaps and talks and interactive pieces. No, it's just going to be journaling, just meta journaling about my journaling journey in 2025. Well, I got to start on that. Yes, I did. So let me put her down. I'll pick her up again in a few minutes. What I'm doing is cutting out the front panel of the box. Oh, my calendar's here. Oh, sorry. Put that away. Where did it go? Okay. There's one panel. And then I put these back in the drawer in case I forget the numbers. In case I forget the numbers, I don't have to look it up. So if I have empty box tops in the drawer, I know this is the ink that I need. And I got extra large black. And then this one was the 3 colors. So I'm going to put these back in the other room. All this other stuff goes away. I have to cut this out. And those are going to go in Howard. I don't know if I'll get to that today, but it started. Yes, I know. I got Mermaid Journal over there with mermaids and things ready to go in there too. That's okay. That's okay. It's a holiday week. We're taking it easy. Yes. Oh, here's on my list. So finished, Haunted House, Awesome Possum, Sunflower, All Rocks Are Stardust, the Red Journal, and the Christmas Caravan. And then I added the Bear Journal to the ones that I made. And then I'm going to do all these other categories and just have fun journaling about them. Maybe I'll make it like the end of the year tradition every year. You know, just to do a little journaling about how my journaling was for the year. Yes. And then I'll think about what journals I want to journal in for 2026. Got my picture frame going back there. Did I bring in a spoon? I don't think I did. I didn't bring in a spoon to take out my tea bag, so I'll just plop it over there. Put it up there. 1949 pickup truck. Oh, this has been sitting here a half an hour. It's been sitting here a half an hour, yeah. After all that. I know, I put you down because I want to drink some tea. I'll pick you back up in a minute. Okay. So, one thing on my checklist done. Got my crumbs started, yes. And I don't know what I'm doing here. I don't know. All right, I'm gonna put it over here with the tissue journal for some reason. Okay. Don't lose it, it's right there. I can see it from where I'm sitting, I can see it. What are you doing this week? Are you getting busy with the holiday? Family coming? Are you going to family? I'm looking over here. Another project that I'll get done in the next couple of months. A surprise for the Possum Peeps. Yes, I'll be sending some things out in the mail to a few Possum Peeps. Yes, I will. And it'll be fun. Yes, it'll be fun. In lieu of holiday cards, you'll get a Possum Peep card. Got a bunch of addresses. I'll go through and send out a bunch of things. Oh, I want to show you. Yes, I'm going to bring you in closer. And the other thing that I did today was go through all those calendars with the teapots. And I want to show you the finalist teapot, because that needs to get put together. So maybe I'll sit here and talk about that for a minute, or cut the teapot out. We'll look at a shape and stuff. And then, I know it's going to be the morning dove o'clock. That's okay. I want to put some watercolors on here, I think we might start this. Now, because if I don't like the watercolors, I can go over it in acrylic. So it's no problem. No, it's no problem. We can do a little watercolor play. And then if things don't work out, we will just cover it with acrylic paint. Yes. Okay. First, the teapot, though. Let's get going. It's getting late. Why don't you come on along? The Wicked Witch of the West teapot. That was also in the teapot calendar. And you know, I already pulled out several pages of witches to journal about going seeing Wicked with the sisters. And then when I was flipping through to find a Christmas teapot, I was like, how how more appropriate can I get than a witch teapot for my tea journal? So that'll go in the pile over there, which is too tall. I'm moving things, sorry, reaching over. And ta-da, this is the winner. This is my teapot winner for my Christmas tea journal because it's beautiful, it's red. And I love the shape. I love the shape. I know it's very plain, but that's okay because I can paint on here. I can glue things. I can collage. I can sew things on. I can do anything I want. Yes. But I love this shape and I love that it's red. Red is also my color of the year. And I have this Rice Krispies box here to see what kind of shape we can get out of this. We'll just look at this for a few moments and then maybe move on to a little bit of watercoloring. Now, if you don't have a teapot calendar, you can just Google a teapot shape and print it out or sketch one. I mean, I could sketch a teapot, but I don't want to have all these yummy teapot pictures go to waste from those calendars that were gifted to me. And so, yeah, I'm cutting it. And there she is, the morning dove o'clock. The day just goes by too fast. Yes, oh, I love that. I love that. Okay, now do I want that big? I can cut this down. When I make this spine, I want to have room to, like, put some fabric or something over the edge, put the journal together. So I might leave that piece there. So this is what the journal would be then. Like that, with whatever I used to put on the spine over there. Sorry about all the glare, it is shiny. I love that it has gold touches too. Just get some of that shiny business off of there. And I am going to glue it down, maybe to this side. Oh, where's my cheap glue stick for spreading Fabri-Tac? Somebody said this works. Somebody said this works. You should probably have your glue stick ready though, not have to go find it. And not have to go find it now when you're ready to do your gluing. Okay, now when this dries, I will cut this shape out and then trace it onto another piece of cereal box probably and make a spine and put it all together with some pages, but I'll show you what I'm doing. We'll just let this dry. So we've got this started. That was my #1 priority, the teapot journal. Okay, that's drying. And, oh, I think I need clean water. Moisten those up a little bit. I love this color. And there's nothing like that in this Paul Rubens set. So I'm thinking, but I'm reaching for towels. I'm thinking about starting at the top and putting in a little bit of a sky. I was wondering how these colors would look mixed. I might put just a very light coat of color on everything and let it dry, let it soak in, and then come back tomorrow and maybe, you know, do some more tomorrow. So we'll just see how this works. All right, now this is not the sky. No, that's the mountain. All right, now is this part the snow or is this part the snow? So I'm thinking there's these runs of snow coming down the mountain. Or is it just covered at the peaks in snow? I think I'm going to make this the mountain color and this the snow color. And I might use like a sparkly textured acrylic for the snow. See, once I start something, I get all my ideas. Okay, so here we go. Oh, I was going to see what it did if I wet it first. And then put on the color. Oh, this is fun. Okay, there's variation in the wood. So with the watercolor, it's not going to give you an even coverage. I'm wondering, can you lift to make clouds? Let's see. It does lift a little bit. Okay, a little more of this, a little more of this. And I'm going to paint this side. Should I drop a little more color in there? So this part's going to be the mountain. We just need some grays and browns mixed together here. Let's see how that's going to look. Try not to get it on the snow. Oh, I do have my little brush here. That was a number 8. This is a number 4. This is my new number 4. So that I can paint in little places. I'll use white acrylic, so whatever gets on the snow, it'll get covered up. I'm not gonna worry about it. Oops. Oops. There's bound to be a lot of oopsies. I got to keep turning this to get into all these little nooks and crannies here. I was trying to get some variation, little variation here by adding in this red or reddish brown or burnt sienna and making some parts darker and some parts lighter. Well, this is certainly a different kind of watercolor painting. Yeah. I don't want to make it too dark or too solid. so that it still looks like watercolor and not acrylic, except for the snow. I don't know. We'll see. We'll just work on it and see what happens. Okay, a little variation of color there. I might want to put a little variation of color in the sky, but I'm going to let that dry because I know I put a lot of water on there. And this is going to be fun, going around these things here. I'm wetting it, so maybe when I put the color, the water will kind of flow that way. I know the water's looking a little brown right now, but that's okay. Now, this can't be water in the middle of the tree, so I'm thinking this is a tree and this is a tree. This tree has to be in front of that tree. So we'll see. Well, this could be water here. And, and around these different places here. Okay. Water. It's got to be a little different than the sky. Deeper blue, maybe. I'm going to put some more deeper blue in the sky. I'm just thinking. I'm thinking here. Probably darker further away. And lighter closer up. I guess I should have looked at some water. I wonder what that would do if I just left it like that. Now I've got to do all this in one go, all this water. Because if I wait till tomorrow, it'll come out completely different. Oh, I got to do 2 more parts of the mountain, right? Yes, 2 parts of the mountain right there. Okay, no problem. I don't want the water to be like one solid big blue blob. Have to have a little variation in there. Could be a little reflection of the mountains coming down. Wouldn't that be fancy? So that, you know, you'd have to get like other colors in there. I don't know if I could do that. That would just be like a little reflection on the water. Oh, then you'd have to put a little bit of white when I get this snow done. Just a little reflection there. I better finish this part up. At least for tonight. Oh, I gotta look though. That was a tree, this was a tree. Well, I would have got a little more painting done if it hadn't taken me a half an hour to print out those other pictures. And I have to think about how I want to put them in the journal. You know, what kind of background pages I want to use, or I'll just start pulling out some scrappy stuff. Maybe just use up some scrappy papers. Good way to use up scrappy papers right at the end of the year. I probably, come to think of it, should not be using my brand new paintbrush on wood. No, I probably shouldn't be doing that. Why didn't you yell at me? I don't mean yell at me. I mean, you know, you like yell towards me so that I could hear you. And say, don't use that brush. Use an old brush, because that's how my old brush has completely lost their points. This might be too fat. Yeah. from doing that kind of a thing, yes. All right, now I gotta go find a brush. Ooh, that's a very long one. I didn't notice that. Just pulling some things out of the drawer there. Let's see if this one would work. See how that brown is leaking up through there? Like that. And over here. No problemo. We'll deal with that kind of a thing later. Okay, now see that spot is something in the wood right there. So we'll let the wood dry really well. It might be a little glue from when they glued this part down. And that went right under there. Now we'll come back and look at it tomorrow. I mean, if I really had my heart set on doing watercolors, but if it doesn't work out, I will just, you know, touch it up with some acrylic paint and we'll be fine. Yes. I might have to do that anyway. I might have to do that anyway. Okay. Let me get the cover on the water. Because you know that will get spilt. It will get spilt. Yes, it will. Okay, well, some progress made today. Some progress made today. Things started. Teapot journal started. Watercolor started. And what was the other thing? Oh, a Metajournaling page started. Yeah, started. Oh, today was a lot of starts. Yes, it was. Oh, but that's it. Yes, it is. That's it for today. That's enough. That's enough. Yes, it is. Oh, I have to see if this witch will fit into the tea journal somehow. That can be for tomorrow. That can be for tomorrow. Well, thanks for coming along today and watching me start 3 things. Yepers. Happy junk journaling. Bye-bye.